All right, hey guys, we are back here with another taste testing-esque video. We are featuring 5 light beers and what we are calling the king of the light beers. On a nice, hot, sunny day.
How do you like yours, Clark?
Oh, medium rare, a little pink inside.
Oh, you're fine. Light or dark?
Oh, either way, it doesn't matter.
We're gonna find out what light beer is the best one. Which one should you take to the barbecue? Which one is your accompanying that hot dog or burger on the grill out? So not only are we going to rate them, but we're also going to try and guess which ones they are, similar to our chicken nugget video and our french fry video, if you've seen those. So yeah, we're gonna go for it. And I think it's gonna be very interesting because in our trivia challenge video, one of the questions was your favorite light beer. And we guessed each other's
Incorrectly.
yes.
My favorite was Bud Light. David's favorite was Miller Lite, right?
Yes, yeah, mine was Miller. So we're gonna see which one of these. I'm hoping it's Miller. And I hope you get to find Bud Light and it stands true as your favorite.
We'll see. David is the beer connoisseur. He brews his own beer, knows a lot about beer. I'm the beer drinker, and when I say that, I mean like I'm 50-50 with seltzers and iced teas and whatever the heck. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I've definitely followed the craft beer scene. So like this is a step away from your IPAs, stouts, all those kind of beer styles. These are all Pilsners. So they're gonna be light, they're gonna not really be hoppy. They should just be a like crusher beer, if you will, something you can slam 6 to 24 of them over the course of a boat day or something like that. So
6 to 24.
there's people that drink 24 Bud Lights on a boat.
If I drink 5, I'm like, I feel like I'm a ball about to roll down the hill. That's a lot of liquid. So, do you want to do this? Do some cracking?
Yeah. Well, we're gonna pour out a little taster.
I am gonna go first. Tier list, responsibly. All right, so I'm just gonna preface this with my favorite. If I had the choice of any of these or all of them, I would pick Labatt. That would be my choice. And then I would probably pick Bud Light would be my second choice. So let's see if that actually, means anything. Or if these all just taste like piss. And this light beer is trying. Yeah, it has flavor. Whatever that means, I don't know. Let me give this a shot here. I might actually drink all of this beer. Oh man, this is gonna be tough. I'm gonna go with Miller because I feel like it's trying to be fancy. Isn't Miller the champagne of beers?
For well over 115 years, it's been called the champagne of beers.
It is, yes.
Yeah. I'm getting like a fancy note, like it's trying to be champagne, like you're trying to be fancy with your light beer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna give that one a Miller. I like it. In terms of light beer, it's fine. I'll give it a B. It's good. All right, next one.
Yep.
Huh. I didn't really taste anything. Didn't taste anything. Way flatter. Way flatter. Did we get Coors Light?
We did, yes.
That tastes like Coors Light. I'm gonna say that's Coors Light. Never really a fan of Coors Light. I do like their branding where the mountains get blue, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, David, my senior light beer correspondent. Yeah, the mountains get blue. It's nice. It's cool. It reminds me of college. It's a C. I'll give it a C. I think that's fair. All right. Next one. Number 3. I gotta smell before I even put it in. Yeah. This is interesting. This is actually pretty interesting research. Responsible research. This is like tangy. Like it has like fruitiness. Like I can smell it before I drink it. It's good. Man. I wish I could say Miller again, but if it's not Miller, I think that this would be Labatt. I like this beer. I'm gonna give it. In terms of a light beer, in terms of strictly being a light beer tier list, I'm gonna give this an S tier. I like this. You know, I understand the tier list system. Okay, I get it. For light beer, this is S. I like it. It's good. All right, this is my last one.
No, you have 2 more.
Oh shit.
So the one in your right hand is your second to last.
Oh god. Okay. Yeah, the chicken nugget one I was flying through, and I was like, I wanted another one. This one I'm slower on. Oh, I really have to burp, but I can't. Bud Light.
Definitive.
Bud Light.
I like it. Confidence.
Everyone knows what that tastes like. I'm gonna give it a B. B tier. All right, this last one. You know, it could be. What if I get all of these right? Holy crap! We'll see. I would say that's natty. Yeah, for sure. No distinct flavor. Nothing unique about it. Not even from like the ununique beers. This is like the most. What's the word I'm looking for? The most boring. The most boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most flat.
The most flat. I'm thinking of another word though, but yeah, we'll go with like boring and flat. I'm actually gonna give this one a D tier. I'd say that's the natty, natural light. All right, am I in the clear?
All right, you're in the clear. Go ahead and see how you did.
Oh my gosh. No, hold on. I'm gonna put it over my head this time. Oh no. Oh no.
Got not a single one right.
No! Really? Which is the one I thought was really good?
So you thought that this one was the best. And I tried to get you with the Labatt first. I was like, let's get him with the one he thinks is his favorite.
Strategery. I have more beer here than I thought I would need to finish. I thought I finished most of these. This one still has a lot in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like the Miller. What was the tangy one? I heard that
The tangy one was this guy.
Interesting.
And
Yes,
you
this is the one
finished.
All right. Well, see, that's why we do this research, okay? We do this research for these results. Now, next time I go get a 6-pack of a light beer, I might get the natural light beer. This is also a different kind of branding, right? Or a different look to these. So that was my favorite. All right. I'll stand by. I was blindfolded. I compared it with other beers at the moment, and that one really stood out, the smell and everything. Yeah.
So I'm actually really excited for this. Let's see how well I can pick out some light beer. It's been years since I've had any of these really. Maybe I've had a Miller Lite at like a baseball game or a Cavs game. Okay, a little bit of flavor there. I don't mind that one. Yeah, you know, actually, I think no.
He's having a hard time getting words together.
No, it's that after flavor that's getting me, because the after flavor is really screaming Bud Light to me. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a Bud Light on that one, and I'm just not a huge fan of that kind of lingering flavor that they have. So on the tier list, I'm gonna go with a D. I'm not the biggest fan of that one. I'd drink it if I had to, but that one can be left in the fridge. Number 2, let's give her a whirl. Clean, crisp. Ooh, little kick on the after flavor. I was curious to see what I would find to be the difference between all these, and I think it's really going to be that flavor that stays with you, that flavor that lingers after a while. I did appreciate the head on this one, so the aroma and the flavor is not bad. I think that's Labatt's. I'm gonna go with Labatt's on that. After flavor, oh man, no. I'm doing a reversal. That after flavor, I just had like a memory pop in and flash into my head from a younger time in life. I think that's Coors. For some reason, that just like really switched on me. I think that's Coors, and I'm gonna go with the C. I think that's middle of the road. Doesn't really impress me a whole lot, even though I do like the aroma on it. That lingering flavor isn't, it's not speaking to me personally. All right, this is my third?
That is your third.
All right, let's give her a whirl. Nothing on the head whatsoever, almost no smell. This beer is scentless. I think that's Labatt's. And
You add an S to Labatt's.
yes, I do. I definitely
I like it.
Labatt's. That is how I say that.
Labatt's
I didn't even know that I was saying it wrong until just now.
I'll have a Labatt's.
I don't know that I've ever ordered one, but if I have, I'd probably called it a Labatt's. So I do think that is a Labatt's, and I don't mind that actually. I'll give that a B. I could sip that on an afternoon with a burger, hot dog, and the grill out. I don't mind that. All right, moving on.
Close to you. The next one's very close to you, right there. Extend it out. Yeah.
Okay. And what is this? Is this number 4 for me?
Number 4.
Jeez, you're not kidding. I really thought that I was further along. You get to 4.
Keep track. When you drink 3 beers blindfolded, you think
It changes
Not
everything.
math.
Maybe that's what we need to do now. Instead of drinking with our eyes open, drink with your eyes closed. You'll drink less.
Yeah,
That one's just normal to me. That one's regular. And the reason I say regular because I think that's a Miller Lite, and that is probably what I drink or have drank the most out of all of these. Not a crazy amount of head, just an average beer. I don't know if I would call it the champagne of beers. But I don't know. I don't mind that one. As far as the tier rating goes, I give it right there with the B. I would definitely drink this on a Saturday afternoon, but it's not my favorite because I'd much rather be drinking an IPA of some sort. All right, moving on. Last but not least, which would leave this as my last option of the natural, right? I think that's the only one I have left.
I believe so.
Yeah, and I agree with that actually. I think that I may have done well here. I don't know. My mind plays tricks on me because then I think it's Miller, but I'm left with natural, so I'm second guessing myself. I think that's just another. Oh man, what do I think of this taste? I put it in another C. I hate to be so middle of the road here, but they're all just natural beers or light beers. It's so unfortunate. I just think that they're all run of the mill. I feel like they could have all been brewed in the exact same brewery. There was very, very minimal differences across the board. This one's tough. And I thought that I had certain flavors honed in, and man, there's just such subtle changes within these beer recipes when they're brewing these larger light beers that it's such a minimal difference. So yeah, I guess let's see how we did. All right.
You joined the 0 for 5 club.
0 for 5.
Yes.
Man.
And the funny thing is you thought Bud Light was Miller Lite. So you thought my favorite was your favorite.
Interesting. I think that really what spoke to me the most out of this was how much of a minimal difference there are between all of these. I couldn't say that one was my favorite versus the other. I think I thought that one was Miller, so like my personal bias said that one was my favorite. Oh man, and light beers make you burp.
Yeah, they make you burp a lot. I was burping a lot.
So bad.
And I had a hard time concentrating because I was doing some like BTS stuff on my phone or whatever. But like, what was your highest rating? Because I don't think you rated. I think your highest rating might have been a B.
Yeah, I think my highest rating was a B, and it was either the Coors or the Bud Light. God, it's so unfortunate because none of these beers are actually good.
Yeah, I mean, I would not have thought that I would have liked that natural light above and like a decent amount more than any other beer I tried. But it heightens your senses when you're blindfolded and tasting something.
Yeah, and I think that it really is, it just goes to show how much of big beer is marketing and advertising. Right. Because if I were to have drank these without a blindfold, I can almost guarantee that I would have had a personal bias towards the Miller Lite, and I would have given that a higher rating. And here I am, where I'm blindfolded and I don't even know what rating I gave it.
So what do you say in the conclusion of our very carefully gathered and responsibly gathered data that we've done research on, would you just say, hey, whichever one of these is the cheapest, that's your beer? Or would you still have a preference? Because again, I don't think you rated this very high.
I think it's a matter of whatever's on sale first and foremost, and then I guess if you wanted to be the person to like look into who the owners are to support them and throw your money towards them, like Labatt is a Canadian company. Anheuser-Busch owns Bud Light. I believe they own Coors. But they own, like, there's an umbrella of beers that are all Anheuser-Busch. So depending on who you want to support, you can throw your money there. I have always gone Miller Lite. I couldn't really tell you why. It just was the one that I picked regularly. But overall, I think that the big takeaway is go to your local brewery and buy good beer. I don't think that any of these are worth wasting any kind of Saturday afternoon with a burger and a beer or a hot dog. You go get an actual well-crafted local beer with fresh ingredients. These are all corn-based versus grain-based at your local brewery, which might not sound like a huge deal, but it does make a really, really big impact on the flavor, and you don't just taste 5 beers and think they all taste the same.
Yeah, so if you're a subscriber to our channel, you know how important local is to us, so just go out, support local beers, and if you can't, just buy the cheapest light beer you can find and have a good night. Yeah,
essentially, that's the takeaway here, yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us. Hopefully you guys found this informative and you guys can now have some confidence when you go to the gas station, grocery store, when you're planning a cookout and want to have some beer for your friends. Go ahead and run this experiment on them. Maybe grab 2 6-packs and run a blindfolded experiment on them. See what they like. We actually had a lot of fun doing this.
That's Bud Light all the way, Bud Light all the way.
Yeah.
Give them a Coors Light with the blindfolds.
Yeah, and see, because a lot of people are like that. A lot of people are like very loyal to whatever their beer is, and especially with light beers. So go ahead and try it and let us know in the comments what your favorite light beer is. Let us know, what you're loyal to and how loyal you are. So yeah, like, subscribe while you're there, comment, and we're excited to hear from you guys.
New video every Wednesday, so stick around and, we'll keep making these videos.
Yeah. Peace out, guys.
Bye. So, what do you think? A good gulp?
A good gulp with a chance for a second opinion.
Chance for a second opinion and a third taste.
Oh jeez. Okay, you're not pouring beers anymore. This is gonna be a funny blooper. So the proper way to pour beer, right? You always tip the glass.
Right.
Yes.
I'm going so hard on a random Thursday. I don't know. We don't have a wedding tomorrow, so that's the whole point. Dude, I messed it all up. You can turn around and take out the blindfold.
Oh, what do you mean you messed it up?
I just started moving these.
Oh, and didn't touch any of the glasses?
No.
You drank too much already, huh? Well, pour them out.
Pour them out?
What do you... okay, we can drink them. It's just that they're not being used in this test.
Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Dude, I haven't drank this much light beer in a while.
Light beer is so bad. It's so bad.